Hello, everybody. Let's talk about saving. I'm going to talk to you about three things in this video. Number one, who should be the person who's in charge of the finances and the saving in the home? Number one, easy answer. Number two, how do you save for the future of your children and their education? Number two. And then number three, some practical tips. I'm going to make another video on 5 ways you can save $150 of your budget. Doesn't seem like much, but it's very important. I was in a friend's house, and we noticed next to the water meter, there was water on the floor in the yard, and we touched the ground, and we saw it wasn't gushing out, right? It wasn't spouting off, and you couldn't see it. You had to go right next to it. It was a small, persistent leak that was affecting their house. They were not aware of it, but it was charging them extra money every month. I would submit to you that the reasons many times that we are in the distress economically that we are, not everybody, this is not for everybody, but many of us have the financial issues that we have, not because of a gushing expense, but this little small but persistent leaks that is draining resources out of your home. So let's get to it, right? Number one, who should be in charge of the finances of the home? The person who's better at it. In the beginning of our marriage, it was my wife. And then everything became electronic, and then I did it. It's not a man thing or a woman thing. It's whoever is more qualified, right? Good. Number one. Number two, how do you save for your future, the education of your kids? First of all, I just want to put the cards on the table. I am a fan of and supportive of Christian education. So I wanted my children to experience children education. So I understand that the Christian education is more expensive. So this is what we did when my daughter was born. We understood that when somebody graduates college, right now it's about 40, sometimes $100,000 in debt in student loans. We said to ourselves, my wife and I, we're going to start saving the moment they're born. And it was a small percentage. It was taken out of our checks, and it was a penalty if we withdrew it. It's a 529. And we started saving when they were 0 years. So when they became 22 years and graduated from college and then went to a master's degree, we were able to help them out. So they got grants, they applied for grants, they applied for scholarships, they got government help, and they worked, and we had savings, and we gave them a little bit of money. In between all of that, they were able to graduate debt-free. Vanessa was able to graduate debt-free. Now, we have to understand that when we are thinking about saving, the best time to have saved is 20 years ago. The second best time is today. You start today. So what do we do? What are some things that we can do to increase the savings in our home? Let me tell you two things. I'm going to make another video with 5. Okay, so here's 2. Number one, I check the following things every year. And I am not loyal to a company. I'm loyal to my family. I check my cable bill. We cut that off. We just use the internet now. I check. So when I had cable, I check my cable bill every year, and I put it in my calendar to do it. My house insurance, my home, my house, my auto insurance, my cell phone, and my internet. Between those 5 things, sometimes I've saved $200, $150 a year, right? Because I'm intentional. So at $150 does not seem like a lot of money, but $150 here. See those little leaks, right? I'm starting to plug them up, right? $150 here, $200 there, $50 there. I take lunch with me instead of buying it outside. The same lunch that costs you $2 to make at home is $15 to make in the store. So this little $3.99 stops at McDonald's, $3.99 stops at Taco Bell, eventually it adds up. So every year I call my insurance. What are the rates? And I've called around. I've gotten other estimates. It's tedious, yeah, but my house insurance went from like 1,500 to $900 one year, right? I just shopped around, and it's so random because some years you can get it, some years you can't, depending on what's happened in the house and what companies, what rates they have, and what advertisement and what promotions they have at the same. At that time, we were paying $100 for internet, and we're like, "Yep, we can't afford $100, so we're gonna cut it off." And we cut it off, and they're like, "Yeah, but how about $60? And how about $50?" And we just I come from a Spanish country, right? And we're used to haggling for a price. So and people think, no, in the United States you can't do that. In the United States, yeah, you can. I remember one time that we had DirecTV, and we're like, this is too expensive, we're gonna cut it off. It's like, no, I can't give you any discounts. That's the price it is. That's what it is. And we're like, all right, we're gonna cut it off. And they thought that we wouldn't, so we just let it expire. 2 weeks later, we had a $200 gift card from DirecTV with a price that we wanted. We said we want to pay $80 with the same channels that we had. It was amazing, right? If you just have a little bit of patience and can suffer a little bit of aggravation, those are things you can do to save your money. All right? The best time to have saved, a long time ago. The second best time, start today. Start today, start today, start today. If this was encouraging to you, we invite you to subscribe to our channel, share this content with somebody else. And I'm praying for you. If you have financial difficulties, if you need prayer for your finances, if you want some suggestions about books that I found helpful about finances, I can recommend some books that I read for myself and that has been a blessing to me. So thank you, and may you be blessed. Thank you for being part of our virtual family. And remember that if God is for us, those who are against us are wasting their time. See you next time.